Hey everybody, Brent back with another edition of Near Mint Musings. And today, this is going to be a video response for my guy Don at Don's Field of Dreams Sports Cards. He is asking for us to show a card that evokes or shows sentimentality. There's a card that we are connected to that tells a story. You know, I'm big about telling a story with cards, so I'm all about this opportunity. I don't even like Don that much. I just want to show a couple cards, so this was a good chance or excuse to do it. I kid. Don is one of those guys that just kind of burst on the YouTube collecting scene with just a fervor of genuineness, and just I really enjoy his videos, and he's a good dude, and he's very supportive, and he's got a good heart and a good eye and a great collection, and just, you know, just a all-around good dude. So definitely check out Don at Don's Field of Dreams Sports Cards. I'll leave a link down below. Anyways, today's video is actually going to be kind of cool because it's going to also be an SGC reveal. Yeah, how about that? And this is going to be a trip back to 1977. I was 5 years old, and this is going to be, I'm going to show two cards, two pieces, if you will, that were both not only sentimental, but were really just, they encapsulate two of the biggest starts, launches, moments in my childhood and kind of in my life, actually. Not to put too much gravitas into it, but it really is, now that I'm thinking of it right now. So anyways, I'm gonna stop blabbering, turn the camera around, and let's talk 1977.
All right, so 1977, I was 5 years old, and in that year, two monumental moments in my young life, soon to be my entire life, really. Two of the things that I am most passionate, fervent for, and things that would, you know, affect me the rest of my life. So again, I said in the intro, no gravitas meant, but I sit here again thinking, oh, dude, this is really big stuff. So 1977, the first thing I want to show you is what happened on April 6, 1977. That was the opening day, the very first game of the Seattle Mariners at home. The Kingdom, that gorgeous cement monstrosity, just that beautiful, hollowed out, acousticless pillar of modernness and multi-unit facility that they used for numerous things. But man, it was the home for baseball. It was the home of the Seattle Mariners, and that fresh white, blue, and yellow Trident, gorgeous hat. Ah, the days of the Mariners when they first started, and I got to go to that game. My dad found tickets. I don't know where he got the tickets. Well, I do. He had a friend who we worked with, who knew a guy, as they often do. And I was playing t-ball at the time, and I was excited because we got my first chance to actually see baseball in person. And we went to the game. It was against the California Angels, Wednesday, April 6, 1977. 7:35 p.m. Now, while I don't have the original ticket, because who saved tickets back then, they did hand out souvenir tickets, and I have not one that I had at the game, but I do have this, a copy. Not a copy, it's an actual one, in a PSA 7. This was a magical day. We were in the 300 level. It's interesting that it says that. We were up in the cheap seats. I didn't care. I was a bit scared of heights, so it was pretty steep to go way up at the top of that, but just going up the cement walkways on the outside, thinking it would never end. I'm like, oh my gosh, where am I going? Kind of felt like I was like, the Tower of Babel in the Old Testament. I'm like, am I going to end up in heaven? It's like, this never ends. And let me tell you, it felt like heaven, because I got to see baseball. I got to see baseball for the first time in person. And it was just a magical, magical day. I can still remember it. Getting hot dogs, popcorn, sitting there and just hearing 50-something thousand people cheering for a team that was terrible. We lost 7-0, but I didn't care. And so that was a special, special moment with my dad. So that is the first item I want to show you. So I fast forward to the next month, and something else happened in 1977 that would alter my life forever. Something happened on May 25th, 1977. A little something called Star Wars. And let me tell you, if there was one thing that was more engrossing and just eye-opening to me than baseball, it was Star Wars. It was sci-fi. It was anything to do with the stars and lasers and guns and aliens and spaceships. And while obviously we weren't able to go to Star Wars when it first opened in May, we did go for my birthday in July. My dad took me to the Cinerama in downtown Seattle. And let me tell you right now, I mean, there are those moments, I'll put that in my top 10 moments of all time, of just like a feeling of just absolute wonderment and just awe. Childlike, obviously as a child, but it's like I still think of it right now, and it takes me immediately back to being that 5-year-old, I guess 6-year-old on my birthday. Just an amazing, amazing moment. So, of course, Star Wars mania just engulfed everything from action figures, which I was huge into, to clothes, to bed sheets, to Peaches, to, anything that said Star Wars on it, I wanted it. And that also involved cards. And I remember, it wasn't the day of or the day after, but later that week, I was with my dad, and we went to a convenience store, and they had Star Wars Series 1 there, and we bought 2 packs. And what I have in front of me is a pack pulled card from those very packs. So this is a card pack pulled by me and my dad in 1977. Now, a little over a year ago, I did a video on Star Wars cards that I have, and talked about the sentimentality that came with them and how I've had most of those cards since I was a 6-year-old. And I said that there was one card that I wanted to send off to SGC to get graded. And this is it right here. So I'm going to open this bad boy up. I already know the grade, so it's not that big of a shock, but I have not opened this up yet. So this is Luke Skywalker, card number 1, his rookie, which seems kind of weird, but it is. Now, if any of you have seen my previous videos, you know that at one time I had a SGC 9.5 of this card that wasn't mine originally, that I got and sold it for considerable amount of money. I sold it at the height of Luke's recent popularity. That was when he made his cameo on The Mandalorian Season 2. I sold it the week after that for a lot of money and got some amazing baseball cards from it, and also set some money aside for my daughter. But in that video, at this time this card was raw, I said one day I need to get this card slabbed because it means so much to me, and that experience I had with my dad and that magical summer in 1977. such a magical summer, 1977. So I couldn't think of two better cards or pieces of personal history to show than these two. How it just, that was a magical summer for me, and it was a great summer with my dad. And these are two pivotal moments in my life that obviously I went on to collect many Seattle Mariners throughout the years for cards. They've been my team since their inception. They finally made the playoffs this year, and I will always be a Seattle Mariners supporter. Star Wars, I'm a huge Star Wars card collector. You're going to start seeing a lot more Star Wars cards videos from me, actually. So I'm really kind of turning my focus into that. And there is no sets, really, at the end of the day, that means more to me, sports or non-sports, than the 1977 top Star Wars sets. So here you have it. Don, I appreciate you. This was a great idea for a video, and this is so just who you are as a person and what collecting means to you. So I was been wanting to make this video for a while. So thank you for the opportunity. And yeah, appreciate you all. All right, take care. Bye.